Good afternoon, my friends. It's Monday afternoon for some of you in our Asia Pacific region. It's probably Tuesday morning, so I hope the day's going well. I'm here with my good friend Tracy Jensen. Tracy is at Fulshire High School out in the Houston, Texas area. She is the math chair. And let me tell you a little something about Tracy. She's pretty humble. So she may not tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. We're virtually doing this, so she can't physically hit me, so I don't feel super threatened right now. But Tracy had every single student in her AP Calc class take the AP Calculus test, which for one is a big feat. Just that. Not only did she have everyone take it this past year, she had everyone pass it. So she's what I might call a Canvas math rock star. So the next little bit is going to be Tracy just unleashing wisdom on all of our friends here. And Tracy, no pressure, but there's a lot of people here with us. There's a lot. They must have heard you're from Houston and they're like, oh, it's Tracy, I'm coming. So Tracy's going to just go all in on how she sets up her courses, what it is that she does so that she can hopefully impart some wisdom on helping you with your math class. With that, Tracy, take it away, my friend.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. When First of all, let me give you a little bit background about myself. I have a bachelor's in physics, and I taught physics for 20 years, and I have a master's in math, and I love teaching math. And one of the reasons I wanted to teach math is I realized the kids were siloing their information. They couldn't take what they learned in the calculus class down the hall and apply it in my physics class. And I really felt compelled to help kids figure out how to make those connections. And I was in another district that used Canvas, and I've been working studying with PERP physics education research, which has shown so much. There's so much research from so many years that standing at the board and lecturing, as brilliant as I am, is not the best way to get students to know how to work problems. It has to be student centered. The kids have to be doing the work. Whoever's doing the math is the one having the fun. They're the one doing the learning. And in this other district, they developed something, or they got Canvas, and I kind of nagged. There's no other word for it. I pestered. I called people. I wanted access, and they were trying to vet it and make sure it worked. And because it was fairly new, and they finally let me in, and I sat in an afternoon training, and it was like drinking water from a fire hose. I was so overwhelmed. So I went home and I sat down and I propped my feet up. And I got my calculus class pulled together in a Friday evening because to me it was intuitive. You put your files in, you put them in folders, you go to the modules, you just set up your lesson plans, and I made a ton of mistakes. But my kids were very forgiving, and my kids wanted to learn, and so what I did in that district, I pretty much duplicated in this district, which again, we're using Canvas, and truly it's the only reason we're surviving this pandemic because the kids have everything here. What you're seeing here is my BC calculus, and I do teach AP and BC, and it was my BC class where they all took the test and they all passed it. My AP class, we had a few students struggle, but you know what? That's really okay. Because there is no learning unless you're, failing at things. So the district wants us to set things up in a very regular, dependable way. And it wasn't that far from what I already do. So when you come to my Canvas page, you see they wanted a video. That's fine. I did a video of myself. It was not exciting. Contact information, my Zoom times, information, a bell schedule, and the announcements are up here. The kiddos can see them. You can see we just got Math Type. I'm really excited, especially in math. It is an app that makes your life so easy. It integrates seamlessly into Canvas, and I can show you that here in a minute. Because I teach calculus, I do have to have a lockdown browser, so I'm making sure the kids are able to do all the things that they need to do to be successful. So this is my homepage. It's my syllabus page, and this is fairly standard for people to have their syllabus page up. Now, one of the things that helps me out is you see this list over here. This is the list of what do I need to grade. So I had 7 students turn in the quiz online today, and they're my virtual students. I do teach both virtual and face-to-face simultaneously. And so 7 of my virtual kids turned it in, and I will grade it. Actually, I've already graded it. And when I'm done grading, I can just click this. I had some students absent today, and that will show back up on my to-do list after they take the quiz and upload their work, because I'm a real big proponent on I have to see your work. I don't like multiple guess questions, and so now I have done Nearpod videos for my kids, and so you can see they have 2 of them have already done the assignment for tonight, and I'm really proud of them. I'll grade those tomorrow. So now I don't have anything to my to-do list. So this gives me a peace of mind. I've checked. I'm not behind for a change. Now, when I go to modules, because this is where everything is in modules. I modified this a little bit. I have my top module is my Zoom link. Again, because I teach both virtually and face-to-face, we Zoom with our students 3 times a week. And then we have something called Charger Time, which is our tutorials. The kids Zoom in. I'm an NHS sponsor, and my NHS kids will actually come into Zoom with me, and we will do breakout rooms, and we'll do tutorials for the virtual students who aren't able to walk into a teacher's class at this time. So I'm really excited about that. Now I also I teach calculus, so I'm very organized. I have to be organized. So right now we're in the middle of Unit 2. This is a page. Now I'm a firm believer in giving the students everything they need to start with. I know it's overwhelming, but they can figure it out. And they need to see where my resources are and how to use them. So every unit I have created. We are math magical. That's our theme. My room is decorated like a dungeon. We have chains for the chain rule. It's all very thematic. So that's what the wizardry stuff is. So for Unit 2 differentiation, the first thing I have on this page, first of all, you'll notice I have tabs. I love tabs. My teachers love tabs. The first thing I have is a calendar. So please don't tell me you do not know that on the 21st, we had a quiz. Please don't tell me you didn't know that, because it's all already there. Okay. And I have this for the entire semester. Here are my notes and files, because I do have a lot of kids remote. So here's the PDF for the notes, and you see what's really nice is I've hyperlinked it, and so it's going to come up. It might not come up. Who knows? They can print these off. Every week I do Nearpod videos. They watch the Nearpod videos, and they can print this off or not, because this is a college level class, and they need to figure out how to take notes. Now, not everybody likes videos. I don't. It's kind of funny, because I make a lot of videos. I have both physics and calculus videos out there. So I give them the PowerPoint as well, if they would like to use the PowerPoint and just read it. Because to be honest, I prefer to read than to listen to someone. Now here are my Nearpod videos. The way I have my year set up is every week they have Nearpod videos. And the beauty of this is it's hyperlinked. All right. I just love that it's hyperlinked right there. And, this is nice. Week 4. That was last week. Several people didn't do it. That's okay. You enter, if you're able to use something like Nearpod, you join the lesson, and it's all right there. I have videos. I have questions. These are all videos, but I do have embedded questions, and Canvas allowed me to embed this in this assignment, so the kids don't have to go anywhere, and that's really nice, because the kids need a lot of information, but they don't need to be going to a whole bunch of different places. So I try to embed everything in Canvas. I have class practice. Now, these are our collaborations. Let me open one that hasn't been started yet. Let's do tomorrow's. We can do this one probably. The collaborations are discussion boards. All right. And this is one of the things I do because I have remote students. And they have to be, TEA says they have to be actively engaged to be considered virtually present. So I have embedded this link in this discussion board, and this discussion board opens up only on the 18th. If you look, well, I don't want to show you any students' names. It actually opens up at like 1 minute after midnight, and it closes at 11:59. And as long as they respond to this discussion post, they're virtually present. But let me show you what the discussion post is. This is the collaboration. It is really, let's see if this will open up. This is an AP question from College Board. So I've sent them to College Board, and then I give them the solution here. All right. So it's an actual calculus question. They're having to do actual calculus, and then they can upload their solution. They can upload it a couple of ways. Let me try and reply. Oh, it's going to let me reply. Okay. This has closed because of the date. I can enter if I have, I put it here, haven't I? Math type. Because let's face it, where's math type? I may not have enabled it on this course. I may not have. I may have to go to my pre-cal. Yeah, there it is. In order to insert things in math type, if your school, this is a really nice app. I can type it in. I can do the square root of x. Okay, that's pretty easy. Or I can write it. Okay. So all I'm doing is using my finger. Let's see if it'll convert my horrible handwriting. Okay. So I'm going to kill that because, yeah, I want to cancel that. So let me try it again, and let me show you in our math type equation. This is awesome because this is the worst part about math is these integral from 1 to 4 of x cubed dx. All right, that's a pain to type in into a LaTeX editor, but look at that. There it is. It's perfect. Let's see, and you can just automatically put that in. All right. Well, didn't want to do that. Hold on. I've got too many windows open. I know you guys never ever have this problem. So the students can actually put them in the discussion, or they can upload a file. They can upload a, where am I going? Oh, they can upload a document. So they can do their writing, take a picture, and upload it. Now, anyone who taught an AP class last year knows this is exactly how we had to do the AP test this year. They had to log in, verify, work the problems, and upload within 5 minutes. So this feature right here, I used extensively prepping my kids for the AP test. So they knew how to get the files back and forth. While a lot of kids who didn't practice this particular skill, they wound up not turning the work in. And so, anyway, so I do my, let me go back out of here. So I do my daily virtual check-ins, which are kind of, I'm going to be honest, are a bit of a pain. I do them through the collaborations, and the kids can answer questions back and forth with each other. I don't want to show you that because of students' names. I have one of these every day that we don't have a test or quiz. Now, I like Delta Math. It's not very rigorous for calculus, but it's nice when they're just learning it. So here's a direct link to their Delta Math homework. All right. Oh, actually, this right here is the direct link to their work, because again, I have to see their work. And if they don't upload any work, they get a 0.
Hey, Tracy, really quick, we've got some good comments on here. One of the comments came in from Christina on Facebook, who is saying, and I think she's talking about these tabs on this page that you're on right now. How do you make the tabs like that?
How'd you stole it. I mean, excuse me. I went to the I didn't even go to the comments. I just searched it. And I found it, when did I find it? I found it like years ago. And I have, it's in here. Ignore the 50 billion pages I have. It actually says there's a template for tabs. It's called tabs. I do character counts with my kids as well as the year goes on. So HTML code for 10 tabs. A lot of people don't know HTML. So I share this with my teachers as is. I'm currently using 10 tabs, but I think this is the one I originally used. This is the code. You just copy paste it, and it's pretty sweet. Let me show you. Let me go back to the HTML and just copy that file. HTML. And by the way, guys, never, ever, ever use your original. Okay, always make a copy. So one incredible feature that I like about Canvas is you can duplicate. I have no idea how happy that makes me. So I can go into the HTML. So I've got this code. It's a code right here. If you've never written in HTML, I mean, I have, and it's a bit of a pain. This can be a challenge. So what I do is I come in, and this first page is the code. All right. These first tabs are what your tabs are going to be called. And then this I'm just going to delete, and I'm going to show you what happens. All right. So I'm going to be very careful not to delete anything I really need, because I've done that. And I always say, all right, between everything, because I mess up a lot. I mean, I mess up a whole lot. All right. So now you see it's HTML code, editing. When you edit your page, okay. For color tabs, text for the 4th tab and text for the 5th tab. This is something I created to show my teachers how to do it. So let me just change something. So this is, suppose I want the new tab to be Canvas tabs example. All right. You know what? I want that to be another color because I'm just like that. I really like colors. So I'm going to make that red and that yellow. What is it? Does that? Yeah, that's pretty good. Now here's a tab for the first, text for the first tab. And so this is Canvas, and I call it Canvas tabs, Canvas examples. Now I'm just going to delete all this mess. Okay. Now here are tabs. Can't spell. For examples. And you can put anything in here you want. You can put images. So do you see I changed the tab, and then I scroll down, and that right there is what I put in there. For editing, I'm going to notice that I need to go down to the 5th tab to delete this. For color tabs, instructions, because most of the time when you copy this over, it just says text for 4th tab, and you put what you want in there. So let me go. Let's see. For editing, I'm going to leave that one. Instead of text for 4th tab, let me put calculus link. Calculus example. All right. So that's the 4th tab. So I'm going to come down here to where it says text for 4th tab. Okay. And I'm going to put in, let's add an image. Let's do a course image. Let's find a decent one. Oh, nice. I was showing my teachers how to use math type. Okay. So I just embedded it. Save it. Frequently save. So when I go to calculus example, there it is. And if you totally mess up and you don't know HTML, I recommend you just go back to your original and start over, because it's a challenge. It's just a challenge. Did I answer the question?
Nailed it, Tracy. Christine on Facebook again is saying, thank you. This will be very useful for my math classes. Sumarine is also saying the tabs are a great idea for the college course I teach. Totally agree.
I have teachers who only do their modules. I'm about to show you the modules, but they only do their modules with pages with tabs. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, keep going. I'll stop interrupting for at least 1 minute.
No, you're fine. And I love extra credit. So I link extra credit in here. The extra credit for my kids is they have to do a video of themselves teaching a lesson. And they do an amazing job of it. And the kids who do this extra credit do very, very well. Now, when I started at the beginning of the year, this is how I had my course set up, and I thought it was fantastic. But the district was like, we want some standardization. And all I have to say is talk to the other teachers on your campus. The kids are inundated. we think kids are tech savvy. Kids are not tech savvy. Kids can download any app that they want to any game that they want. But you know what they cannot do? Pretty much educational stuff because it's boring. It's not exciting for them. So what we have done in our district, they've done an amazing job of standardizing how we present the information. So this is how our district has, let me scroll down, has it set up. So this was week 4. I put this up here because I really want them to have access to everything to start with. They took a quiz on limits, but they had to do an academic honesty agreement. And you see, I started with Monday. This is, it's nothing if you click on it. It's just a text header where I put Monday in. Okay. That's all that it is. It's just a text header. So the kids know on Monday, they've got a first thing they have to do is the academic honesty agreement, which is just yes, no. And then they took a quiz where they had to upload their work. And then their homework was the videos. And then they stopped. Now, the district really wanted us to have this stop page. I have to tell you, I kind of resisted a little bit, but I kind of like it now. Don't tell them. Because I created this really cool page. So, not for today, more exciting math magic tomorrow. So the kids, I want the kids to be able to use the previous and next buttons to move through the modules. And we do it again. All right. Now you're going to see I haven't really graded these. I don't have to grade them. Okay. I've given the kids the answers. This is a college level class. I've given them the answers. I'm overwhelmed with, double teaching classes and dealing with some, this year's just stressful. All right. I don't have to grade this, but this helps me do the attendance, which is really easy the way I have it set up, because all I have to do is go to the grade book. And in the grade book, I'm able to see who did the assignment, who didn't do the assignment. And by the way, these kiddos, if they don't do this assignment, it shows up on their quiz next week and they're in trouble. So they do them and they do a really good job. And if they don't get them right, that's okay. I firmly believe in failing. First attempt in learning. This is just a fail. They're going to try it. They're not going to get it right. And they're going to fix it. They're going to figure out what it takes to be successful. So let's see. So I have set up Monday through Friday. I have badges set up. I like badges. They're kind of fun. If you haven't done badges, the beautiful thing about badges is they're automatic. And I created all of these badges this summer, and I can assign the exact same badge to all my classes. Badge week 5 is they're now Math Magician level Epsilon, and all they have to do is complete the module. So this is just a structure that helps me organize my class. That's all Canvas does. It helps me organize my class, and it gets all that information out there to the kids so that they know what to do and they know my expectations. I do kind of reverse them. So this is week 5, and then week 4, I always try to keep the top module at the top because, 6 weeks in, the kids are doing a lot of scrolling, and our kids are doing a lot on these little bitty phones. I have no idea how they're doing all this mess on these little bitty phones. It makes me crazy. Okay. Do you have a question?
Tell me this. So there was a question about assessments. Let me go back and find that one. Miguel on YouTube was saying, how do you handle assessments? How do you ensure students don't cheat?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Our district just got, first of all, with College Board, you can use a lockdown browser. Okay. And I'm a firm believer in guilt. I tell the kids up front, if you cheat, you're cheating yourself. I have a graduate degree, and I know how to think, and that's what I'm trying to teach you. First of all, I make my tests timed. And none of these are actual quizzes. I make my test time. I make them short, a very short time, so that they don't have time to look away. We now have something called, let me see if I can find it, because I don't think I've activated it in this one. Navigation. The district literally just got this, Proctorio, which they can, is it up here? Yeah. They can actually, I can actually monitor what they do on their computers. So this will, and I didn't save it correctly, did I? Happens. I will actually be able to monitor what they do on their computers as they take tests. All right. I am very sure some of my pre-cal kids are using their calculators when they're not supposed to. But it's not going to help them in the long run because I write tests so that the calculator doesn't help. The answers have to be exact, so they have to have the pi in there. And the biggest thing is I make them show me their work. So when I do a test or a quiz, any of it, this right here is, oops, sorry. This is an assignment, but when it's a quiz, it's the same thing. The last question is, show me your work. And I'm very clear, no work, no credit. And I will put a 0 in the grade book. And you only have to do it once. I do not like to give a lot of multiple choice. I give a lot of open-ended. So you have to show me what you're thinking. Now, AP Classroom, these tend to be mostly multiple choice. That is true. But with College Board, you can use a lockdown browser. And I think Proctorio is going to be very useful. And it has a very nice integration with Canvas. Are they going to cheat? Yeah, they cheated sitting in my class. I've just kind of had to let that one go.
So let's take this one from Christina again. She says, do you have them take a picture of their work and submit it as a separate assignment? Walk through, I know you talked about discussion boards as well. Walk through how you're helping students to show their work.
Well, I have a template that I actually don't have here that they can print off. I actually emailed it to them. I should put it on Canvas. I can't really show you the work is a problem.
Maybe just talk us through, Tracy. Okay. What is is it discussion board? What are the different ways? You don't have to show us because, of course, you get student data.
Right, discussion board works for showing their work. But on a quiz, on any quiz you make, you can add a file upload question. And I've shown my teachers, where are my quizzes here? Do you see my quizzes? I'm
right there. Go down about 5.
Oh, there we are. I have a whole bunch of quizzes because I've been teaching for a very, very long time. But see, here's one of my pre-cal quizzes. This is multiple choice. That's still pre-cal. Surveys. Well, let me just add a new quiz. And oh, Craig, I stopped sharing. Sorry about that. Clicked wrong button. Let me see if I can find you again. Share screen. There we go. Share screen. Let's see, which one do we want?
To the application window.
Application window. That's what I want. Unnamed quiz. All right. All right. Do you see my quiz now?
Yep, there we are.
All right. Bring it back up. When you go to add questions, I add all of my questions. One of the first things I do is I create groups. This is really important. I create a bunch of questions that are very similar, and I group them. Now here I've just gone, and I have a whole bunch of quiz banks because I've taught a whole bunch of things over the last 105 years. See how many questions is this? I don't know if I want all these. This is 34 questions. What I do is I put them in a group. So group 1, suppose I want only 20 of them. 5 points apiece. This is an Algebra 2 quiz bank that I made. Add the questions. All right. Now, these are TEAC aligned, et cetera, et cetera. So when I save this, this is one thing that I do. When I preview it, you get different questions. And these are multiple choice. And I never give a multiple choice test where everything is not totally scrambled. So you see that first question? So if I keep editing it, and then I save it again and preview. I get 20 pretty much different questions from that test bank. So the kids sitting next to each other don't have the same questions. And basically what I'm doing is training my students not to cheat. Don't look at your neighbor. They don't have the same thing. Focus on your own work. And then I also always put strict times on. All right. I think you always shuffle the answers. I always put a time limit. On a test, I don't allow multiple choice. I don't let them see the responses. And this one's cruel. I put one question at a time. They really hate that one. And they hate it when you lock the question after answering as well. They really don't like it. I put an access code that I put on the board. Test is secure. That I put on the board that they have to zoom in to get the code to answer the test, to answer the quiz questions. I do this for all of my classes. In order for my face-to-face kids have to be face-to-face to take a test. My virtual kids have to be on camera, and I have to be looking at them. The only way for them to get that code is for them to be on camera, and I will block it in a heartbeat if they're not there, and they'll get a 0. I set that up. Now I can also, a lot of times what I do is I come and I add a new question. And this new question is, let's see if I can find it, file upload. Upload all work here. Okay. And I update the question because I've forgotten to do that. But you know what? I want that to be worth 100 points because they're going to know that this is worth half of their points. So now when I save it, the quiz is worth 200 points. And when I preview it, it's going to fuss at me. I can't change my answers. I can go in. This keeps the kids from memorizing the AB answers. And I know your kids wouldn't do that. Mine will. But okay, so I'm tired of this, so I'm just going to click through. It's going to fuss at me. It's going to fuss at me every time. And the beauty of this is now the kids know, oh, I really shouldn't have skipped that question. I really can't get back. Because every time I skip a question, it says, you can't come back. Are you serious? So, and as you see, it's not telling me it's right or wrong. It's just telling me you can't go back. Which one am I to? I'm halfway through. I should have made a shorter one. I actually just helped the teacher do something incredibly similar to this today. So,
you might get extra credit on this quiz, Tracy, just because you're taking it so fast. I mean, we might need to allow some extra points just because.
Let's have that discussion. Oh, I can tell how long you spent. So when little Johnny has spent 4 minutes on a quiz and made it 20, and somebody wants to say, but you didn't teach it right, and I've heard that, the answer is your child took the test in 4 minutes. They did not take the time. So here you finally get the last. You can pick your file, any file you want, upload it, and you're done. And it's going to fuss at me. What I really like is when I go, let's go to keep editing. Let me see if it'll let me save. I don't know if he'll let me do this. No. But I like going in, and I can't really do it because I've got student data in there. When I go to SpeedGrader, this makes me so happy. Oh, can't do that. Got my students in there. Let me try this. You can see exactly when the kids were on what question. You can see that the kids spent 4 minutes on a test. And it's great.
And Tracy,
yeah.
At the end of that quiz that you were just showing us, for example, what you'd have them do is they would essentially take a picture of their work and then upload it as you stated, right?
Yes.
Cool. That was one of the questions. Keep the questions coming. If there's other stuff, Tracy would be happy to answer them. Keep going for us, Tracy. What else do you think is really cool about what you're doing with math and Canvas?
You can sync most of your curriculum through Canvas. You see my Cengage. I have a Cengage book. So if I wanted to add an assignment, let me add a new assignment. Test assignment. I do a lot of test assignments. Oops. There's a lot of resources that I can actually sync through here so that the kids aren't going all over the place. So I can have them do no submission, an online submission on paper or an external tool. So let's hunt for some external tools that I have access to. Badger is there. I told you I did badges. We have Bulb in the studio. Canvas Studio is really cool. I haven't used it too much. Cengage, MindLinks, Chat Room, College Board. This will actually sync to SAT and AP practice tests. I mean, it'll take you right there. Let's try one. Let's look at AP Calculus, AB. So there are 38 links. I can put this test in there for my students. All right. So let's save it and see what it looks like. What's it doing? Mine's messing up. I don't know why it's doing that, but that happens. Go next. Okay, it's not wanting to show me, but that's all right. What do I do if something happens and that happens? What I do is I come down here to this HTML editor, all right? And I will put stuff in a test or a quiz. For example, I started using okay, so suppose I'm looking for a problem of the day, a math problem of the day. I've never tried Mathopolis, so I don't want to try that. Which one am I looking for? Tell you what, the easiest way for me to show you is to actually go to one that I'm using it in, and that's my dual pre-cal. May I point out while I'm here, do you see all of these team planners? My teachers do all of their planning in these team planners, so that at the end of the year, we have all of our Algebra 1 curriculum, all of our Algebra 2 curriculum. I run my NHS completely through Canvas. The entire application process is through Canvas. I'm not taking any paper copies for anything for NHS this year. My faculty council meets there. Our school has us turn in our lesson plans. There we have social emotional learning. I've got curriculum. You can see I have quite a number of things available, but I was going to show you. What was I going to show you?
Problem of the day.
Problem of the day. Okay. So let me go to my module. Let's see what this one is. Today we were doing a unit circle. Do I have the right day? This is a Kahoot that I actually put in there. So my kids came and played this Kahoot with doing the unit of circle. This was their warm-up for the day. And we did a contest to see which class could have the highest score. And they actually had a lot of fun doing this. They got a little bit competitive. So if you've never used a Kahoot, you can stick those in there as well. So you see this is actual real pre-cal. It's not blow off. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to leave that. But let's see, what else have I done? Oh, crud. Let me go back to my modules. Let's see. And I've linked a whole bunch of unit circle practices, things that they can practice. Let's see, that's quiz day. So let's see what I put in here. Okay, Varsity Tutors. I just embedded this. Okay, I went to Varsity Tutors and they have a whole bunch of questions of the day, and I just embedded it. So let me go to Varsity Tutors because they have a nice one. You know, I'm not trying to steal it or anything. I'm giving full credit. So where is it? Let's see. Let's see if I can find the problem of the day. Of course I can't. Problem of the day. Do you see it? I just sent it to my teachers, so I should be able to find it. There it is. All right. So they have all of these question of the day. So it doesn't matter what you teach. AP Chem, AP Bio, Calculus AB, Calculus BC, Chinese. Oh, I didn't see that one. Sorry, easily distracted. So I can go to the AP question of the day, and I grab the embed code. And I come and I copy this. Do Control C. Let's see, let's come back here. Have I already done this one? 924. No, I'll just embed it along with. Let's see. There's my edit button. It's up here. Now for the embed, you can do some embedding up here. I prefer to just go down here. And I'm going to put this widget underneath. I'm typing it in. I save it. All right. They're both there. So the kids can see both the AB calculus and this is a trig one. Now the nice thing is this changes every day. So I can copy this assignment, change the dates, and I have not just had to create 50,000 different equations or problems. In about 10 minutes, I created all of my problems of the day.
That's awesome.
For the semester.
Couple of other questions that I want you to take, Tracy. So I want to get really tactical for a minute. So Christina is asking here, you know, the hardest part for her is allowing students to show their work, and how do you do that? So talk about, are you a Chromebook school? Are you an iPad school? How are they actually doing that? Are they taking a picture with their phone, with their computer, with their iPad? Do they email it to themselves? Walk us through what that process is like.
We are not a one-to-one district. So my kids use what they have. Some kids are using iPhones, some kids are using tablets, some kids are using iPads, some people have desktops, some kids have, it's very eclectic. So the kids have to use what they have. So yes, some of them are taking pictures with their phones. Some of them, I have a very tight window on my tests and quizzes. They can only take it during certain times. So when I write a quiz, so when you come in and write a quiz, you can open it only for the window of your class. All right. And that's very important. If I open this, where is it? Okay. Not letting me. So let me come back into my test quiz here because it's being weird. You can open it just for your class period. And so they're doing less cheating. But you see, I can have this open from, it's due at that time. But it's only going to be available, what day was it? September 3rd. It's only going to be available from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now I have all my, so I have all of my classes cross-listed. All right. And you do have to change this. Let's see. Instead of everyone, I can put my particular classes in there. All right. So I'm only going to let second period have it from 8 to 9. All right. And I can add another one for my other class. For my next class, my third period can only have it same day, but a different time. So I really restrict when the kids have access to the test. And in that time period, they have to do their work, take a picture, however they can. I've had kids hold it up to their computer. Because we're not one-to-one, I can't dictate how they do that.
So really the idea is just, however, if you have a computer, a desktop, a tablet, a phone, whatever kind of device it is you're watching on, you take a picture of your work that way. You don't care if it's held up, if it's on, whatever. You just have to show the work. Right.
As long as it's legible, not too blurry, and you don't email it to me. Do not email it to me. It kills my inbox. I don't know about you, but I'm getting over 100 emails a day. Most teachers are getting a ridiculous number of emails because kids, instead of asking a question in class, they're having to remotely ask. And I don't mind answering my kids' questions at all. And I have gotten that down to where I'm getting a lot fewer questions now than I did at the beginning of the year, but some of my teachers are still getting 100 emails a day, and they're overwhelmed by it. So to me, just standardizing everything, showing them how to do it the first time when it's low stakes, and then, coming down on them when it's high stakes, has really helped a lot.
Answer this one for me, Tracy. So Fatima, who's one of our regulars, is asking here, can you explain how you're teaching both virtually and face-to-face in the same time? So what does that process look like? How is that happening? How is it working?
It's wild. Any teacher who's doing both will tell you. We Zoom with our remote kids. So the bell rings, I'm in the hall because we have to be actively monitoring calls, where the kids can only walk in one direction. They have to keep their masks up. It's kind of a different world now than it was a year ago. The bell rings, I come in. My students have cleaned their desks and sat down. They have wiped their desks. They have sanitized their hands. And I have a problem on board. It's usually the collaboration. And they are doing that. When I walk in, they are working on that. I go sit down, and in the first 10 minutes, the kids who are remote have to get on Zoom because I don't have time to be running back and forth to the board. I run a full flip class. And I've been finding it very hard in the last 10 years to do a flip because I get a lot of pushback from students and from parents. The teacher's not teaching. I can't learn from a video. Well, it's my exact lecture without interruptions. So you can learn from a video, and some of the kids figure that out. That's another reason why I give like the book or the PowerPoints so that they can read as well, because I don't learn well from a video either. So while they're doing that warm up, I'm doing roll. And I have up to 4 grade books or 4 roll sheets for every class period. Because I have my face-to-face roster, I have my virtual roster, and then because I teach dual credit, it's broken apart by grade. And I have some 9th, 8th graders, not 8th graders. I have some 10th graders and some 11th graders. So it's a bit of a hassle, but by the time I'm done with roll, I go and I do the problem of the day. And then for a very brief period of time, no more than 10, 15 minutes, I review the things that they have to know. Okay, today in pre-cal, we were doing velocity, V equals R omega, and satellites orbiting the Earth, and clocks. What's the angular speed of the second hand of a clock? And I did some very quick reviews. Now remember, my kids have already taught the content before class starts. In dual pre-cal, they take a test on Monday night, they have videos, and those videos have to be watched, and they have to upload the work for the videos and just their notes. I don't care how they take the notes, as long as they have taken some sort of notes. So we're in week 5. Yeah, we're in week 5. Let me go to week 6 because dual is a little bit different, and I've put these in reverse order. So here they're going to take an exam on chapters 1, 2, and 3, and then they have to watch the videos. So this is their primary content. All right. They watch the videos, they take the notes, and they upload their notes. So here's the notes. If they want to print them off, they can. So this is their first touch with the information. And then every day I've taken these 24 pages and I've broken it up into, usually no more than 2 or 3 pages. We cover one topic. I do some quick examples. And because in this example, they use MyLab Math because this is a college class and they had to purchase it. I know some schools provide MyLab Math, which I love MyLab Math. The kids start working problems. And they can work at their own pace, and I'm working with groups. I'm on the board. They're helping each other, socially distanced, of course, with their masks on. The virtual kids, they can use a collaboration board. They can call out as well. I answer questions for the virtual kids. I share my screen. I share my smartboard. So I answer the questions for the virtual kids on the smartboard, and they're very shy. But I tell them, these guys don't get it either. Ask questions. So it's a juggle, but it's become the new normal. I have always wanted the kids to be independent and working. This is a little bit more independence and working, though.
So let me tell you some comments that I'm getting here, Tracy. For example, Sumarine is saying, thank you so much. You're an amazing educator. Fatima saying, you rock. Fatima again saying, you're an amazing educator. Tracy is pretty impressive, friends. I've had the opportunity to spend a little time with her the past little bit. And I'm going to give you what we might call in the news business a tease. We're not going to share any more than that, Tracy. No more than that. But in a few weeks, you may see an announcement about Tracy because we think she's pretty awesome and she's doing some really cool stuff. So look for that. How's that for a tease? 3 weeks about from now, we're going to be announcing something that I think you guys will notice. Wow, Tracy is well deserving of that thing. With that, everyone, we are at time. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. We're off tomorrow because of a webinar we're doing about the state of higher education. Back on Wednesday with some of our training services people. 10:30 a.m. Mountain on Wednesday. We will see you then. Big thank you to our friend Tracy, who is undergoing some current floods down in Houston, so stay safe. And everyone else, have fun out there. Thanks for all you're doing. We'll see you soon.